Hi, everyone. My name is Ariel. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I handle PR and social media for the mixed space. My people are from Mexico and Poland, so it makes me feel so awesome that there are people from Poland tuning in. Um, I am an interdisciplinary artist with a focus in acting. And I would just like to do a land acknowledgement that Chicago, which is where I'm calling in from, is located on the traditional unceded homelands of the Council of Three Fires, which is the Ojibwa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi nations. However, other tribes such as the Miami, Ho-Chunk, Menominee, Sac, and Fox also called Chicago home. And I will introduce Lily.
Hi, my name is Lily Alice Walker Stiefel. I use she, her pronouns. I identify as Black and mixed. I'm a Leo. I'm currently located in Frankfurt, in Dietzenbach, Germany, which is really close to Frankfurt in Germany. And the other half of the year, I live in New York, and my apartment in New York is on Lenape land. And I'm going to bring into this space also a tradition that I learned from Tanya Pinkins, who's a mentor of mine, who teaches me to honor the women of my matriarchal line. And so the way that that goes is to say, my name is Lily. I am the daughter of Linda, who is the daughter of Peg or Margaret, but I called her Nani. And she's the daughter of Florence. And that's where my knowledge of my matriarchal line ends. But I do want to honor Gail Cabral, Carol Walker, and my auntie Carla, who are folks who continue to inspire me and support my growth in the world. So this is a moment then for us to move into community guidelines.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lily. So I just shared the community guidelines PDF on the chat. But we essentially have a couple community guidelines that we like to implement when we are having discussions such as these. So the first one is engagement, which is really encouraged. So if anything resonates with you, you are welcome to snap on screen, use the little reaction icon at the bottom of your Zoom lens. Another one we use, the second one we use is oops, ouch. So if someone says something that causes harm to you or that you don't agree with, please feel free to say or write into the chat, ouch, which then gives the opportunity of the person who's caused harm to say, oops, and then apologize for that. Instead of I'm sorry, we say I'm sexy or I'm sassy, because here at the Mixed Space, we like to take up space unapologetically. Number 4 is move in, move out, which essentially is for folks to really be encouraged to step into spaces and share, but also remember to step out of those spaces to allow for other folks who are maybe more timid to have a chance to feel like they can share as well. And number 5 is identifiers. So name your pronouns and please respect others, and also name how you would like to be identified, both racially or in any other form. And then I'll pass it to Lily.
Thank you. I'm talking while on mute. Number 6 is mean what you say. So we can't control other members' responses, but we can make sure that we ourselves are putting our thoughts into words that we can hold ourselves accountable for, and that we're saying things that we really mean. Number 7 is confidentiality. So we kind of get into it at our mixed space meetups, and it's an opportunity for folks to be vulnerable, but it's important that we share what we're learning and not someone else's private information. Number 8 is disagree with the idea, not the person. So this is a space for constructive dialogue, but we want to avoid making personal attacks, and we focus on I statements that allow us to stay connected with ourselves rather than focus on the other person. Number 9 is moments of growth. So as mixed space facilitators and moderators, we do feel like conflict is an opportunity for us to grow together. And we believe that if the community can hold themselves to our guidelines, then we can achieve that. And number 10 is let us know if you agree and if you like what we're doing here, and just give us a thumbs up into the camera or on your quick reactions to show that you agree to our community guidelines and that you're up for the rest of the discussion. Thank you so much. And I'm going to pass it over to Rose give her a chance to introduce herself and then also start us off with our opening statement.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Rose, and I support TMS growth in different capacities with different efforts along the way. So I'm really happy to be here today, and especially this month in a meetup that's devoted to our well-being and peace and all the good stuff. So a couple words to begin. So last year was last year. And while we can't simply change things with a flip of a calendar or some fireworks, we can help ourselves and those around us breathe easier. There were some funny things that happened along the way. A lot of us, myself included, ran out of things to watch on Netflix and now have an HBO subscription and Hulu. I became friends with my dentist because I saw her more than any of my friends, and based on what I'm seeing today, we all know how to use Zoom now. This year will definitely be different regardless of what goes on. For one, we'll be approaching things differently. Our approach to things changes with experiences. Hopefully, we can find more peace and be more deliberate with holding space for us in which we feel safe. Today, we are here to share the space and hold the space for ourselves to find that peace and comfort in, to find that peace and comfort in ourselves and in our community. We are not mental health professionals. We do have a certified coach with us today who will help facilitate some of our conversations. We want everyone to walk away from this with as much or as little as you like. Take what feels good and what resonates with you. It feels good to feel good. We need that now more than ever. Welcome to our Feel Good Meetup. We aim for it to feel like that Netflix show that made your heart fuzzy. And I'll hand it off back to Lily.
Thank you. So we do have a certified professional coach and counselor here with us today. Her name is Brittany George. She attended Rose Wellness College, and we are so excited and happy and proud to feature her. She's the founder of Mixed Mental Health. It's a co-creative platform that works with mixed race women as they embark on their journey of self-discovery. And as a mixed race woman who has undergone her own exploration, Brittany George understands the multidimensional obstacles of building relationships with identity, community, and self-esteem in the current world. After quitting her job and traveling 3,000 miles to meet her biological father for the first time, Brittany yearned for a community to share her experiences with. This feeling of loneliness was then the catalyst that inspired her to extend her professional knowledge in a meaningful way through creating Mixed Mental Health. So please welcome Brittany George, our January Meetup feature, and she's going to lead us off in a short grounding exercise to kick things off.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. So glad to be here and meeting with you all today. I know that community is very important to us as mixed race people. I know it's very important to me, and yeah, I can't wait to jump into some resources and also a deep visualization for closing off 2020 and opening up to the possibilities of 2021. All righty, so with that in mind, I will be going into a grounding exercise with you today. This one is near and dear to my heart, and it's one that I do pretty much almost every day, actually. It helps me get centered, it helps me get prepared for my day and the work that I do. And I think it would be helpful for all of you in any kinds of moments where, you know, you have something to do that you're feeling scattered, or you're feeling like, oh my gosh, like all these things, what's going on for me, and being able to ground back into that moment, into the present moment particularly. Now, this grounding exercise was taught to me by my Reiki practitioner and hopefully soon to be teacher. And yeah, it's very simple. I'll get all of you to take a moment, take a breath, and also close your eyes. And once you're in this position, I'll get you to take 2 fingers from one hand and place it just right in between your eyebrows. That's going to be on your third eye, and then also just underneath your belly button with the other hand. 2 fingers there, just placing them gently, no pressure needed. So the reason we're touching these points is because they connect to the front and back meridian of your body. This is going to be a very important energy center. And while we're in this position, your eyes are closed, you are going into a state of relaxation. And I want you to imagine, wherever you're sitting or standing, please imagine these roots coming through your sit bones, or if you're standing, your feet. And we are going to grow these roots as we go. We're going to grow them, and they're going to penetrate the earth. So we're going through the most immediate foundation that you're sitting on or standing on. We're going to go through the foundation that that house or building is sitting on. We're going to deepen ourselves as we go down through that foundation and ultimately make our way to the earth's core. These roots are connecting in there. You're connecting into the source of energy that we use often. As you're connecting in here, I want you to allow this energy to soak up the energy from the core and circulate that energy through your entire body, making sure you do a full circle, a full circuit of this energy through you, taking into account all parts of your body, flowing up the front half and down the back half, knowing that this energy is going to allow you to be present within your body, allow your mind to come to a place of ease and comfort, and also just the fact that we are connecting in with nature itself. Now I'll get you to sit in this position just for another minute or two. And I love to imagine a neon pink circuit going through my body. So going over the top of my head, down to my shoulders and to my neck, and then down my back, down my thighs, down all the way down to the bottoms of my feet, over to the front of my feet, all the way to the front of my shins, going up my thighs, onto my hips, onto my stomach, over my chest, over my neck, and onto my face, and then touching the crown of your head. Enjoying that connection to the earth. And then when it's comfortable for you, breaking the cycle by removing your hands from your face and from your belly button. How's everyone feeling? So this grounding exercise can really be done anywhere if you're comfortable. Like I said, this is something that I like to do first thing in the morning to get myself set and ready for the day. Another great grounding exercise, which I will not demonstrate, but I'll just kind of let you know, it is going into child's pose. So if you're familiar with yoga, that's really the pose where your head is flat on the floor, your legs are tucked underneath you, and you are really in tune with what's going on, grounding yourself by that third eye space. And it is so expansive and so beautiful to sit in that posture when there's chaos going on. Just giving yourself that moment.
Thank you so much, Brittany. I know that it almost helped me fix my posture when we did that, just because I felt that energy coming up. I see some people nodding, so that's awesome that others felt the same way. Just to be able to harness that energy and have like a burst of kind of good energy at, well, 3:21 my time, 4:21 for Eastern folks, is incredible. So now we're just going to move to a quick little interview segment with Brittany. We encourage the audience and participants to drop questions for Brittany in the chat that we will be revisiting after we do our visualization. But I'll just kick it off and say, Brittany, thank you so much once again for joining us today. We spoke a little bit about this in your intro, but you've been through a lot to discover your heritage and develop your full sense of identity. And as a mixed race woman myself, who is trying to do this at this moment in time, I wonder, did going on this journey change things for you and help you understand yourself better?
Yeah, that's a great question. For me, it was a huge, I guess, entrance into really and truly understanding all parts of me. For a long time, it was just like, understanding that, I'm part of this family and this is what I do and this is my job and all those different pieces of your identity that you collect on the way and that are so deep and true to you. But I think somewhere along the way, I just did not recognize or realize that my identity was so deeply connected to my heritage. And then also noticing the fact that really neither of my heritages were celebrated within the household that I lived in. So that piece was huge for me, and it was a big self-discovery journey.
Yeah, and you're talking about how kind of the realization that neither parts of your heritage were fully sort of being emphasized or celebrated or whatever you just said. But so after going through such a transformative journey, I guess my question is, what are you now still discovering about yourself? Like, having had that realization, where did that lead you into present day?
Yeah, I think the journey itself was like incredibly eye-opening. And then also, one of the things that I am have been working on, I would say, is the whole inner child aspect. Understanding that there is a lot that goes on in childhood for everybody, but particularly mixed race people. And yeah, and it doesn't always get dealt with or processed or is seen. So diving into those pieces of my inner child and understanding that there were places that my parents had no idea needed taking care of. There were things that I felt like I was very unheard or unseen. And that process itself has brought a lot of clarity to me. And then also the piece of being able to reparent myself and fill in those gaps in those spaces. And community has been a really big piece of that healing.
Yes, and you talk about that also on your website too, just your story about finding community. And it led me to wonder, why choose specifically helping other mixed women in your field? Like why that choice? Like, why did you come to that resolution as to where you needed to focus your energy towards, specifically with community?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think it started out, I knew I was always going to be in like the helping profession. So I decided to put my private practice together, and it was very generalized. Anybody with depression or anxiety, that was kind of my typical clientele. And then I realized that, as I had graduated and gone through my own process as a mixed woman, it would have been really nice to have somebody like right there next to me that understood not only what it is to view from the mixed lens, but also all the mental health stuff that's connected to it, and you know, the stuff that we just don't see day to day. It's the deeper, more things connected to behaviors and kind of the family programming that happens and things like that. So I was like, yeah, this makes sense. And really and truly, it felt so purposeful in the way that I felt like I was giving back to a community that is near and dear to me. And then also the piece of just being able to have that option for people, because I know it's a rare thing. People come to me all the time like, whoa, like I didn't even know this was a thing. Like a mixed race counselor, I can't even wrap my head around it. So that's my...
Totally. I want to take this moment. Everyone snap on screen if it would have been helpful for you growing up mixed in whatever way that means to you. If it would have been helpful to have a counselor understand mixed identity, right? Come on. Brittany, I wish I had you when I was growing up, because my mixedness was very confusing. And I just loved how you talked about it being so purposeful, which kind of leads me to my last question before we hop into our awesome visualization, which is, you know, this work is purposeful and it's so transformative. And how have you been, you know, impacted, and what has it been like? What's the reward for working with these women and for doing the work that you've done? Like, what have you seen just be the result of this work?
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, so many people coming to me and saying like, what? Like, this is a thing I didn't even imagine, you know, in my wildest dreams, that someone would understand what it means to deal with 2 or more cultures, 2 or more ethnicities. So the feedback there has been incredible, and people are really excited and really taking their mental health into their own hands these days. And I love the fact that, you know, the stigma itself is starting to really subside. This is something we should have been dealing with long ago, but I'm glad that we're in this time. So I would say the rewards in itself would just be being able to create this space and then seeing the feedback that comes through. And then also, maybe selfishly, this is also rewarding for me as a mixed woman that has grown up in very, very white suburban areas where looking out the door to see another mixed person is just not an option. So maybe also just being able to enjoy the connection of other mixed people, and yeah, just connect and talk. And it doesn't really matter what mix you are, because we all have that duality that we're dealing with. So yeah.
I love it. And I don't know if Brittany, if you can see, but there's been so many people like nodding along to the reality that looking outside of your window and seeing another mixed person. But yeah, just to see people nodding and saying like, yeah, it's quite something to look out the window and not see anyone who looks like you, or not see anyone who can even resonate with your struggles. So thank you so much for naming that. This is going to lead us right into our incredible 2021 deep visualization that is going to be led by Miss Brittany. And then after that, just reminding folks to continue to drop questions in the chat, because we're going to come back and do a little Q&A. But Brittany, thank you once again for joining us. I'll give it away to you, and here goes our 2021 visualization.
Cool, very cool. Thank you so much. So just get comfortable in your spots. I'm going to share my computer sound with you, and that is going to allow us to listen to this lovely visualization, as well as listen to some background music as well. So just give us a moment here to get comfortable and connect in. Perfect. Now I want you to take this time to really connect in with yourself and take a moment to connect in with your breath. This is our life force. This is where we connect to others. And I just want to say good afternoon or evening or morning to everyone. And that I'm so pleased to be here with you today, embarking on a new year and sharing a few practices with you to ensure that your new year starts off right and the year that we have left behind closes with love and gratitude. 2020 was most likely a year unlike any other for you. With that comes challenges, changes, new opportunities, grief, loss, and probably way more than you had expected. The good news is that you made it. You are here with us and present with us now. As we travel through this visualization, we will be focusing on the whole experience. It is very easy to say, to hell with last year, I am ready for something new and amazing. But it is our duty to honor all that we have experienced so we can deeply integrate all of the lessons, emotions, and insights, which will allow us to open up to the pure potentiality of what lies ahead. We are using visualization techniques today because it has been the most powerful and transformative tool that I have implemented in all of my teachings. Allowing yourself to visualize and feel each of your desires is a form of manifestation, and it feels really good. So please allow yourself to fall deep into a relaxation state. As we journey through this visualization, you are in the comfort of your home now. So find the most comfortable position for you, whether that is lying down, sitting up on a chair, or a comfortable couch. Maybe it's a cozy corner with pillows and blankets. Wherever you are, please allow your body to be held in comfort. This will make it easier for you to drift into those beautiful spaces of your imagination. Please close your eyes now, allowing them to fall lightly on your face. We're going to start off with a countdown from 10 to 1. As I count you down, I want you to see yourself descending these stairs. A flight of stairs down into the depths of your mind. You're going to notice every step as it comes into contact with your feet. Notice the hard surface, the temperature, and the connection to your feet. You are now taking your first step onto the 10th stair. Feeling the coolness under your feet and noticing the heaviness of your body as you descend to the 9th stair, allowing your feet and legs to take you down even further. Feeling the balls of your feet making contact with the texture of the stairs as you descend to the 8th stair, relaxing into a state of bliss. You make your way to the 7th stair, feeling your feet strong and planted as you bend your knees to allow yourself to take the 6th stair. You notice the palms of your feet resting before you take the next step to the 5th stair. You are halfway there, feeling into each and every muscle in your feet, noticing the heaviness of each leg as you make your way to the 4th stair, deeply relaxing into all that you know is true and beautiful, pressing your toes into the 3rd stair, knowing that just on the other side of these stairs lies a whole world of wonder and opportunity. You eagerly lift your feet onto the 2nd stair, traveling deeper and deeper as you make your way to the 1st stair, slipping deeper and deeper into a warm cocoon as you transcend all time and space, as you land in a room with only a television and a chair. You take your seat and turn the old-fashioned knob on the TV set. As the TV comes into focus, a picture appears. It is you. It is your life that you are watching unfold on this program. As you watch each minute unfold, each minute turns into each hour. You are watching your experiences of 2020. Each hour turns into each day turns into each week, and each week turns into each month, and each month turns into the culmination of a whole year. A whole year of smiles, tears, frustrations, triumphs, challenges, new ways of learning, adjustments, familiarity, hope, despair, deep love, compassion, self-reflection, quiet rooms, loud thoughts, peace, panic, deep breaths, and shallow sighs. A whole year broken down into sunrises and sunsets. A whole year broken down into the new, more innovative and intentional ways of going about life. A whole year of learning how to coexist with the complexities of change. A whole year of reworking routines and leaving what does not work. A whole year of transmuting love to the ones that we cannot physically touch. A whole year of looking out for the collective best interest. A whole year of getting to know yourself on a deeper level. As you flip through the seasons of your year, admire the strength of each obstacle overcome. Pause here for a moment of gratitude, the power to keep going, and the tangible resilience within. Watch as all of these moments slideshow through your TV set. Give yourself permission to take all of the love into your heart, into your being. Absorb it all and send it love as well. Now, I would like you to change the channel. Rise up from your seat and change the channel on your TV set. As you watch each minute unfold, each minute turns into each hour. Each hour turns into each day, Each day turns into each week, and each week turns into each month, and each month turns into a culmination of a whole year. A whole year of smiles, tears, frustrations, triumphs, challenges, new ways of learning, adjustments, familiarity, hope, despair, deep love, compassion, self-reflection, quiet rooms, loud thoughts, peace, panic, deep breaths, and shallow sighs. A whole year of wondering what may come next. A whole year of feeling wounded by deep loss. A whole year of seeing life as we know it collapse into itself. A whole year of personal and global tragedy. A whole year of reaching our capacity and still pushing on. A whole year spent in the cloud of depression. A whole year allowing anxiety to drive us. A whole year of attempting to retain some form of sanity. As you flip through the seasons of your year, witness the intensity of grief. Pause here for a moment as you notice, allow, and release all of this grief and sadness. Feel the collective weight of these heavy emotions release from your body, your mind, from your heart. Watch as they leave your being, flushing out of your system, unclogging your aura and energy centers. Give yourself permission to let go of all that you have been holding on to. Let go of all that is no longer serving you. Let go of the past hurts and pain that you have collected over this year, over your lifetime. Allow them to leave your body, your mind, and your heart. Now that you have a clear picture, a full summary of this past year, I want you to thank 2020 and allow it to go. Turn off your TV sets and walk to the door on your left. This door is labeled Open Me. This is your portal to all and every desire that you have for yourself in 2021. As you step through this door, you are bathed in a new and profound sense of stability. You begin to visualize all that you desire this year to be. I want you to take a moment here to paint a beautiful picture of exactly what you are desiring, what you know is rightfully yours to have and to hold. Now that you have this picture in your mind, I want you to commit it to memory. I want you to feel into every emotion that it evokes within your body. What does love feel like in your body? What does success feel like? Feel it now. Feel into the warmth of it or the coolness. Feel into the tingly sensations or the lightness. Feel into the expansion of your being. This is you at your present moment. You are calling all of these desires to you. Give yourself the permission to receive and bask in each and every event. Feel deeply connected and honored by the love and acceptance that you allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to bask here for a moment before we bottle this visualization up and take it with us. I want you to imagine a small glass bottle. Invite this blueprint of 2021 to make a home inside of this bottle. Carry this bottle with you. Know that your intentions created by desire are so incredibly powerful. Allow yourself to lean back into the cradling arms of the universe, and when you are ready, start to move your toes. Allow some movement to come into your legs, making its way up to your hips. Rolling your hips a few times in a circular motion, allowing a deep breath to come through your diaphragm, filling your lungs and your chest. Rolling your shoulders, finding movement in your arms and hands. Coming back up to your neck, feeling the muscles in your jaw release. Letting go of any tension in your face. Feeling your eyes, nose, temples, forehead, and crown of head join into this relaxed state. Allow your eyelids to flutter open, bringing you back into the room. A big inhale and a big exhale. Take a moment now to record your desires for 2021 on a piece of paper. Write for the next 10 minutes and post this somewhere. You will see it every single day as a beautiful reminder that you can and you will achieve all that you desire. Thank you all for participating in that 10 minutes of writing, bringing your desires for 2021 into real, tangible, beautiful pieces on your pages. And thank you so much for participating in this visualization together.
Thank you so much, Brittany. I just want to check in with everyone after such an incredible reflection. So feel free to drop in the chat how you're feeling, any last...
Or take yourself off mute.
Or take yourself off mute. And thank you, Lily. And just, yeah, this is an open sharing space, so feel free to share how you're feeling. Check in with us right now.
We might also just do like the thing where we go around. If there's a word that is coming up for you, perfect, refreshed, at peace. if there's a word that's coming up, like one word that stuck with me was desires. I love having time to bask in desires and to visualize my new year and what I'm desiring. That felt really good. Grace, hope, yeah, acknowledging grief, absolutely. Yeah, important to slow down. Thank you. Lightness, self-forgiveness, reset. Yeah, way to define intentions.
Definitely
Awesome.
feeling the reset one for me. I'm definitely feeling letting go. We're seeing hope, ready for change. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Self-care, absolutely. Yeah, I really feel like that word kind of went through a revolution this year. I feel like there was a phase where self-care was like face masks and bubble baths, and we needed more than that in 2020, and we are going to need more than that in 2021.
I love this one, alive and ready. I love just feeling alive. I feel like that's definitely something I'm taking away as well. Kind of like a rejuvenation of my energy, a cleansing of my aura. Ooh. Yep, we're having comments about not realizing that there is tenseness. During that exercise, I realized how much I was holding in my jaw. And I started like literally starting to massage my jaw. Yeah, some people are now rubbing their face. Awesome. Awesome.
It's also just so nice. I mean, I know that we're on Zoom and we're not together, but it does feel like a more intimate way to be on Zoom than to like just be in a meeting or to like be in a Facebook group or something. It's like I feel closer to all of you than I have on any other of our meetups really before, like in any other Zoom call that I'm on day in and day out. It kind of feels like back in the good old days and folks were sitting on the living room floor. We're all together in the same room, and it's really nice to be here. Yeah, happier, more blissful. It's definitely wonderful. Yeah, I think this is a good time for us to announce the breakout rooms. We're going to move into breakout rooms that are not recorded, and where we get to be with each other and talk and process and digest the year and share and kind of move into desires. I want to hear about your desires, and I want to hear about what the new energy is bringing. So our amazing assistant here at Tech Support is going to put us all into breakout rooms. Y'all don't have to do anything, just like click yes, and we'll bring you out of breakout rooms when they're over. So just go on the ride with us, and yeah, and we'll see you on the other side of breakout rooms. We're back. Got pulled out breakout rooms. Whew. Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but I was in the middle of a sentence. So if any of you are like in the middle of a thing, kind of transitioning us out of breakout rooms and into our whiteboard. But this is actually a place to kind of continue the conversation and consolidate the conversation. So this is an open invitation to contribute to our whiteboard. And actually the instructions, which I'll post in the chat, are at the top of your screen. You can go on view options and you'll see annotate, and then you can select the text feature, and then you can add your own contribution. So that like 10 of us can be in the annotation at the same time. You can share like what you talked about in the breakout rooms, like what you learned, thoughts that you appreciated that other people shared, concepts that you want to take for yourself, all that good stuff. And then this is an opportunity for us to just consolidate all the genius of all the folks here at the mix space. So instructions are in the Zoom chat once again. Options. Yeah, great. Yes, a heart. Also, I might be typing some things, but if there's anything that y'all want to have on this whiteboard, you could either put it in the chat or you could take yourselves off mute and just like throwing some of the concepts in the room also. And we'll like, either me or someone else will get them on the whiteboard. Thank you. Shared experience is healing. Yes. Y'all are awesome. Respecting your boundaries. Wonderful. Thank you. We have an annotation like hero in our midst. This drawing is incredible. Appreciating the body that carried you through. I love that. Doing more of what brings us joy. I love this. Yoga meditation practice. Being more active. Yeah. Endorsing yourself for the effort, not the outcome. Wonderful. I love that.
Well, I'm thinking culturally responsive.
Can you say that one more time, Samantha?
Culturally responsive, or cultural responsibility.
Mm. Thank you.
We also talked about connecting with nature.
I'm also going to say, like, maybe finding beauty in the little things. I'm reminded of that right now as there's an incredible sunset sort of happening right out of my window.
Also really remembering something someone said in the breakout room of like, just stop. Like stop and listen to yourself and actually talk to yourself and be like, what do I need? And let that happen. Like let your feet relax, let your face relax. Like really just, yeah, really just taking care of yourself and taking time for what you need.
I guess like between the lines of what was said in our room, you could also talk about like staying hopeful and looking forward.
There's something really great that was said in my room too about breathing and molecules. I'm not going to say this right, but the person who spoke it in the room is definitely like offered to jump in. But how every breath is taking you towards something and also moving you away from something. So you're kind of always changing the direction of where you're going. Don't know if that was coherent, but it was a cool thought.
I love that. I love the simplicity of that and like the very precise, but also just being able to know that that's happening without us even thinking about it.
We're reaching the end of our annotation and whiteboard time. So any thoughts that want to be put on the whiteboard before, we're going to take a screenshot and then we'll be able to share it and we'll be able to see it. But thank you for the geniuses who can draw on MixSpace, like on the Zoom whiteboard. These are the most beautiful, cool drawings I've ever seen in a Zoom meeting. Like, please come back and just become like our internal MixSpace drawer. Whoever you are, like email us or DM us or something. We'll figure this out. But we're kind of reaching to, we're coming to the conclusion of our meetup. And this is the chance for us to share our intentions, maybe for the new moon, our desires for the year, and give our wishes and our dreams away. Oh, Thank you, Ariel. Yes, we are doing a Q&A. Okay, rewind. We're taking time for a Q&A for folks to take themselves off mute and ask Brittany any last questions that you had.
Or drop in the chat if you're a little shyer. We can also answer questions that have been dropped in the chat. There was a lot of stuff that came up, such as, there we go. Okay. Oh, thank you.
Bye, Rachel. Also, if there
Sorry,
is
that was a bit of a tease. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Yes. Thank you for posting that, Benjamin. Absolutely. Brittany's website. We are just going to move on if there aren't any immediate questions, but also, oh,
I'm sorry, I did have a question. I was trying to jump in.
Please go.
Could you just talk quickly about accessing the inner child? You kind of touched on it earlier.
Yeah, it's something that I do with my one-on-one clients, my private clients, and it's so transformative. There's a couple exercises that I do specifically. I'll give you a couple examples. We do a writing to our inner child, so actually writing to them and committing to them that we will uphold their safe space, as well as helping them see that we're here to help them with anything that they didn't receive in childhood. We do some visualizations where we tap into that space and really have that little version of yourself in front of you, and then, greet that little version and build a relationship. So you're able to access that, as you go through all of these different exercises that we do. And that in itself, I don't know if anybody is aware, but a lot of what we experience as children doesn't really get expressed or taken care of. There's things that get missed all the time. So this connection that we make with our inner child allows us to complete those pieces, and also allows us to really and truly check on the behaviors and maybe the patterns that come through in relationships, whether that be intimate or just a friendship or a family relationship. So that's the very narrow bit of it, but yeah.
I think sometimes being mixed, my identity can be a little confusing, or I guess cause some frustration. Do you have any advice for grounding yourself when that can get difficult?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on the situation that you're in or where you're at. But the grounding exercise that I shared earlier is super helpful to just calm your nervous system and be able to connect back into the present moment. Also, I personally find journaling really grounding, be able to just take everything that's going on in here, all the frustrations, fears, worries, all of that kind of thing, and just remove it from my being able to write it out is super helpful as well. Not quite as easy to do in the moment when you're, bombarded with things, but I think it's a step toward being able to just calm yourself down and think clearly.
I have one question, Brittany. Hi. I haven't had time to look at your website, but I was just curious if you could quickly give a breakdown of services that you offer. I know you mentioned one-on-ones. Is that the main focus of your work, or are there other kind of work streams you take part in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so one-on-one, I would say, is probably the most popular way people work with me. But we do also have a community therapy group, and it's an intimate group that I hold weekly. And actually, there was a couple of you in here that are part of my group, which was so great to see some faces. So I opened it up at the end of every month and allow people to kind of shuffle in that way. But the community therapy piece is really about coming together as a community, talking about mental health issues or difficulties, and also the day-to-day stuff that we might just kind of sweep under the rug because we're too busy, doing all other things. So that's great. We meet every Tuesday, and I think I'm planning on opening another group to satisfy the more European time zone situation. Yes. And then how else? I also have a 1-year program, which is called the Divinely Mixed Woman. And that is a combination of like videos and slides, and then also you get some one-on-one work with me twice a month. And it's 6 modules of really just diving into all the pieces. And it's a kind of go at your own pace because the visuals and the audio and everything like that is presented to you. So you can go and, watch a half hour of it, do your work, watch another half hour, and then we'll meet twice a month and kind of discuss where you're at, anything coming up. And yeah, I'm also doing podcasts and all kinds of, different events like these. So I'm sure you'll see me around. And if you feel inclined to follow me on Instagram at Mixed Mental Health, that is where most of the information for these events and things like that will come through.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much for the questions, and keep them coming in the chat because we're going to keep our conversation going with Mixed Mental Health and make sure that we get your questions answered, if it's over Instagram or over Facebook groups or over email. So we'll definitely keep the conversation going. But we do have a couple more housekeeping items. Actually, Ariel, we're just going to go into the group photo. Like, we love taking a group photo before we go. So anyone that wants to be on our group photo, just like 3, 2, 1 wave, and we'll count down in a second. And then we'll be pretty much close to our end. So 3, 2, 1. Yay! Thank you. Awesome. So I'm just gonna kind of go through a couple more things. Our meetup today, as every month, is a donation-based event. And if you support the work that we're doing here at the Mixed Space and you have the capacity to donate, please know that we at the Mixed Space double all the donations that come in, and then we send them to an organization of our feature's choice. And Brittany chose the Hogan's Alley Society, which is a nonprofit organization composed of civil rights activists, business professionals, community organizations, artists, writers, and academics who are committed to daylighting the presence of Black history in Vancouver and throughout British Columbia. So that is our community organization that we are supporting this month. And the Mixed Space, yeah, we match all the donations that come in for the organization. And here's the PayPal link to send over your donations. And if any of you have an opportunity that you'd like to promote, or anything that you're working on in the chat, anything you want to share, this is the time. So flood the chat with anything that you're working on, that you're inspired by, that you want folks to know about. If there's an opportunity, this is the time to share that. And I'll give it on to you, Ariel.
Thank you. This is also the time to flood the chat with your social media handles. The goal of the Mixed Space is to create networking and a community of mixed people. So please drop your socials in the chat. That way we can all stay connected and continue to have such an incredible community. Also on that, we host an Instagram Live, which is a 2.0 version of this meetup. So this month, it will be on the 19th, Tuesday. at 7 p.m. Eastern time, so 6 p.m. Central and whatever, 5 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Thank you, Benjamin. Oh gosh, I love all the community members who help us out because we need you guys. So Lily's laughing, but we do. And Benjamin is right here with us all the time. So thank you, Benjamin. You're an honorary TMS team member. Okay, moving forward. That being said, if anyone would like to join us as a contributor or watch or have anything to say on our IG live, this not upcoming Tuesday, but next Tuesday, you'll go on with me and we'll talk about, I'm really hoping to talk about what it means to be mixed, how that creates a mediator relationship in any situation you're in automatically. That is such a big identity part of being mixed, I think, is that duality and having people say things to you that they feel are okay to say in your presence, but then again, not really, because you are mixed. So that is the central topic. And I would love for folks to just DM me through the chat right now. Just private message me if you're interested in hosting that conversation with me or being a part in any way.
Or DM us on Instagram.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so our next meetup, just announcing it right now, is going to be on February 6th. And it is a sex meetup featuring Corey Wade, and we will be addressing everything health class forgot to teach you. So that is a little plug for our next meetup. And without further ado, I think I'll just hand it over to Brittany to do a good closing moment, and that will be our meetup. Brittany?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to join into that next one. That sounds great. So today we have gone into some very vulnerable places. We have excavated 2020 and we have put it to bed. We have opened ourselves to 2021 and all that we desire. So with that in mind, to honor the space and to honor each of you that have come today, I want to be able to close this energy as we close the group. And this is really important because, you know, we don't want to be going out into all kinds of other spaces and taking in or taking on anything that might be draining or harmful to us. So just a moment, if you wish to close your eyes, that's great. If not, but I just want you to imagine a bubble around you. I like to color my bubble blue. I think blue is very calming and soothing. So being able to just take a moment in that and stepping into that bubble, allowing yourself to gently come to a close today and to really thank yourself and honor yourself in this moment. Thank you for showing up. Thank yourself for showing up. And now we can safely move and transition from where we're at right now into whatever we need to do in the rest of the day, the evening, wherever you are and whatever time it is. And when you're feeling comfortable, when you're feeling ready, go ahead and flutter your eyes open and know that you are protected as you move through the rest of all the things that you have to do.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all. This is it. This is the time we take ourselves off of mute and we just like wave goodbye and we say goodbye, and we'll see you on all the socials, and we'll see you next month on February 6th at our next meetup. And email us and contact us and like stay connected, and sending all of you so much love and gratitude for the time we got to spend together. And thank you so much, Brittany.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.